Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back with the Sean Show, episode 12. Had a little of a fumble, as you can see. If I put this little sub now thing on, it covers up the app title, so we're already screwing around over here. But yeah, you're back. It's the Sean Show. It's the Sean Show. It's the greatest show. So this week, let's just get straight to it. There's a lot of games. There was a lot of games to cover. It's got a lot of tabs open. So let's just get over to the agenda today. And guess what we're doing? We're having a shameless plug. Shameless plug. Show's not sponsored yet. If you want to sponsor the show, fucking sponsor the show. Let's get to the schedule. So, excuse me, but not really. This is the Sean Show. We run 4 days a week. Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday. These are Australian time, so if you are going to tune in from the US, it's very likely going to be Sunday, Monday, Thursday, Friday. But, as you can see in the next piece of the agenda, the show changes. There's going to be some changes to the show. I'm no longer going to be a full-time jobber until Christmas, etc. So the show will no longer be an evening show. It will be more of a daytime show. And I will have the space to actually watch the football. Which is a great thing, because then my bets can be more accurate. I can actually talk about the games, aside from looking at the stats. Since we got banned last week, we can't watch NFL video on the stream. So yeah, that's basically it. Today's Monday, so oh shit, is it only Monday? Oh, today's Monday, so we're gonna go over the Sunday football games. Tuesday we'll go over the Monday football game. Friday, something, and then Saturday we go over the Saturday's our picks and bets. Friday is Thursday night football wrap up. Can't do any video review anymore. It was really cool when we did get to do that. But let's move on. We talked about the show changes, becoming a daytime show. Be easier to view if you're an American. Yeah, let's get to it. So, NFL Week 8 review. Let's bring it on. Let me just kill this. I'll kill this. I'll open this. And then I'll kill this. Oh shit. We're ready to go. Fucking sub now as well. Let me get the tab up so I can actually see what's going on. Excuse me. A little phlegmy today. These were the games. As you can see on the agenda at the very end, we will pick this game. Giants vs Steelers. We'll do a quick pick there. I do have to have my medicine partway through this, so yeah. I'm gonna hold off on taking it because last time that I took it before the show, or at least during the show, I was falling asleep during the show, and I didn't really get to answer the question: are the Jets cheeks? The answer is the Jets are cheeks. If you're wondering, the Jets are cheeks. I did say it was like open to interpretation. This was kind of, I think it was before they got Devontae, but they're still cheeks. I think it's a franchise thing. You can't beat that. Okay, let's get to the games. Arizona Cardinals traveling to Miami. Take the game on a field goal. I was watching the highlights myself before this. Obviously, I don't know everything that happened. But I do know that this game was decided on a field goal. Arizona Cardinals taking it away. Let's have a look at this box score first. Miami in the lead, taking it early, and then through the first half. And then it looks like they were still in the lead. There could have been like a leader flip somewhere around there. But they, like, from what I know, it looks like they held it. Let's go to the stats. Kyler Murray picking up 300 yards. 26 for 36, okay. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa. Alright, I've said it now. 234 yards. My budgies are just giving me the shits. You can hear them. 1 touchdown. 1 sack. 0 for 0. He was not touched. This offensive line. Let's go. Let's talk about the rushing now. James Conner, 53 yards, 1 touchdown off 20 carries. Not a great average. Probably had a couple of bursts though. Quite a lot of rushing on the Miami side. Devon Achane, 97 yards off 10 carries. Huge. Longest of 47. Raheem Mostert carrying it 9 times, only 19 yards, but he did pick up 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns. Those red zone carries coming in hot. Tua ran 3 times for 13 yards. Good to see he played the whole game. On the receiving side, I saw this. 2 receivers with over 100 yards. Marvin Harrison Jr. also picking up a touchdown. Michael Wilson, 5 grabs, 31 yards. 1 touchdown. Sorry, I thought this was targets. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. But no. So he didn't catch 2, he didn't catch 1. Pretty good effort, really good effort. Let's go over here. This is about less than half the receiving yards that I needed him to get to become a millionaire. That bet was very sad when I looked at it after work. I wake up at 5 a.m., 5:30 in the morning. The games here start at 3 o'clock. So usually when I wake up and I look at my bets, they're usually still all good, because the games haven't finished. And then I go and prepare and I have a shower and then I open my bets and it says 0, which means something fucked up. This was one of those things. Devon Achane also picked up 50 receiving yards and 1 touchdown. Did he get 2 tutties? He didn't get it. He didn't get a rush yard. He didn't get a rushing one. Okay, pretty nice, pretty nice. And then I kind of don't care about the rest, but let's have a look at the kickers. We should probably look at kick and punt return because there was a huge amount of them. 21. No punt returns. You saying these guys didn't punt? Or are you saying they were just touchbacks? We'll find out. We'll find out. 35 kick, return yards, kicking 100%, 2 for 2, 100%, 2 for 2. Love to see it. Don't really know what's going on with punting stats, so I'm not going to look at them. We're not really going to go play by play on this game, on these games, because there's just far too many. You can't see the tabs up the top, but there's just so many games. All right. Even first downs, even passing first downs. Uneven rushing first downs. 1 first down from penalty. Nobody giving up the ball on 4th down. Nobody. Good efficiency here. More efficient than this. Even on the plays. Even on the scores. Very similar yardage. 8-9 total drives. Oof. Oh, this would have been a fucking game to watch. Holy shit. Oh, wow. Alright. About 80 yards difference there. Fairly similar. Efficiency. Yards per pass. Kyler, obviously, a bit like more efficient there. 8.5 to 5.8. No sacks, no yards lost. 1 sack, 7 yards lost. Rushing attempts, really even as well. How's the balance on these teams? Passing attempts, 36-38 versus 26. I mean, they're balanced with each other, but it's not quite a balanced offense. Red zone attempts made, 2 of 3, 3 of 4. Really nice. I didn't realize we get this stat. That's really cool. Penalties really good. 29 penalty yards and 15 penalty yards. Love to see that. That's discipline, and then fairly even split. Not much to say about this game. This would have been sick to watch. Is there punts? Was there punts? Was there punts? Was there punts? Maybe if we go back to the oh, this will find it easy. All right, what do we got? 1 punt, 2 punts, 3 punts, 4 punts, 5 punts. Okay, cool. Well, that was that game. Let's go Cardinals, moving up to 4 and 4. Sheesh, 2 and 5 Dolphins. I mean, 2 is back, so they should do much better now. All right, going over to Green Bay versus the Jags. This one was also, I believe, decided on a field goal. Pretty fucking sick. Pretty good. That's twice in a row. It's great to have a kicker that hits. Let's have a look at the box score. Very boring first quarter. I mean, super even game. Wow, look at that. That is crazy. That's crazy. Packers moving to 6 and 2. Jacksonville going to 2 and 6. I knew this could have been a close game. If you go and watch my picks, you know, I'll tell you it was a close game. Jordan Love only passed it 22 times. If he stayed in, he would have passed it 27. That's much less than the previous game that we saw. Trevor Lawrence throwing it 32 times. 196 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception, 0 sacks. Malik Willis did take 1 sack, but he threw for a touchdown. Look at that passer rating. Anyway, Trevor Lawrence, 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, lost 9 yards off sacks. Pretty good. It's okay passer rating. Over 100 is good, but you know, this is pretty close to... Can't remember what the max number is, but I feel like that's pretty close to it. Yeah, I mean, you only needed to throw the ball 5 times and be efficient, which he is. And he had 4 rushes for 23 yards. The longest was 20. Okay. So let's have a look here. Josh Jacobs picking up 25 rush, grabbing the ball, carrying the ball 25 goddamn times, 127 yards, 2 touchdowns with the longest of 38. I believe that should say 38T because I think that was a touchdown. Then they spread the ball around a little bit. Chris Brooks getting involved. I believe they made him not grab a touchdown, maybe to kill some time. I don't know. I was watching the post-game interview with Matt LaFleur. All right, how did Tanks Bigsby go? 78 yards off 18 carries. That's pretty good. Longest of 16. Trevor Lawrence carried it for 4 times, 10 yards, 1 touchdown. Okay, receiving side. Let's see what happened. Tucker Kraft had a pretty big game. 3 receiving yards for 78 yards and a touchdown. Longest of 67. That one was a really good play towards the end of the game. I think it was at the end, towards the end of the game, to put them in field goal range. Can't remember. I don't. Yeah, let's get over it. Next up. Oh no, that was the pass to Jaden Reed. Sorry, this one here, this 51. So we've got Tucker Kraft, 3 receptions, 78 yards, 1 touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, only catching 50% of the balls thrown at him. 72 yards, 0 touchdowns. Jaden Reed catching 2 of the 3 that got thrown to him, 55 yards. Christian Watson grabbing 4 for 39. Dontavian Wicks, 2 grabs for 11 yards. And the list goes on with all these names. All these great names. And then over here on the Jacksonville side, we've got Brian Thomas Jr., 3 receptions out of 4 targets, 60 yards and a touchdown. Longest of 28. Longest of 33 for Christian Kirk, 2 receptions, 59 yards. Off 5 targets though. Brenton Strange, catching everything. The hands on this man. Should call him the hands man. Tank Bigsby also grabbing a couple of balls. Brenton Strange. Imagine being called Strange. Evan Ingram grabbed a touchdown. 4 catches, 36 yards. That's pretty good. Let's see how we went over on the kicking side. 100%, 3 for 3, 100%, 2 for 2. Love to see it. Returns, only 13 yards there, 17. 51. Longest of 30. Nice pickup there. Let's go over to the team stats. What do we got? Green Bay getting more first downs by 3. Dominating the ground. These guys having to pass a bit more. I wonder what the pass per play is. Yards per play is 7. Big chunk. 6.3. Still fairly close to that. 9.1 yards per pass. That's pretty good. From this, I would think that maybe their passing yardage would be like kind of higher per play. But, you know, a game's a game. All right, total plays. Oof, 11 more plays on the Green Bay side. I guess they dominated the time as well. Yes, they did. Then we have... Where were we? 442 yards to 390. Only a 32-yard difference. Total drives. Pretty much the same. I guess it's gonna... I don't know why I'm getting so excited about this. I think as we look, or as a lot of the games, most of these drives are going to be fairly the same, unless maybe the Lions game will be different because there was a return touchdown, so that's one less drive for the Lions. So we'll see how these numbers stack up. Basically, these should be the same. Yards per play. All right, passing 252 between the two quarterbacks, 299 for Trevor Lawrence alone. 18 of 27, 21 of 32. I want to say that's fairly even. Honestly, I think that's fairly even. One interception thrown each. 170 rush yards for the Packers to the 91. Much more rush attempts. I guess they were in the lead a bit more. Plus, I guess the run game was just going, and then Malik Willis came into the game, so you had to kind of lean on the rush. Red zone attempts, 2 out of 6. Lots of points left on the board, it looks like. 3 out of 3. Real efficient in the red zone, just popping off. Only 20 penalty yards versus the 59. This plays a huge role in the game. 0 fumbles lost, 1 interception thrown, 1 fumble lost. They've won the turnover battle. It's gonna happen. You're gonna win the game if you win the turnover battle. And that's pretty stoked. We do get these little videos here. Okay. Do we have a workaround? We might have a workaround. Oh, look at this. That's the game-winning field goal. Let's go to the next game. So we have the Patriots at the Jets. A little bit of Schadenfreude. So the Jets do lose again. They lost to the Patriots. I think me and the rest of the world are fairly surprised. Yeah, it's just a funny thing. It's just one of those funny things that we love to funny. Let's have a look at the scores here. New England won the first quarter. The Jets took it back, and then it looks like they were also leading going into the fourth quarter, and then they just got outscored at the end of the game. I don't know if this one was won by a field goal as well. Let's go and have a look at the stats. So Aaron Rodgers at 17 for 28, 233 yards, 1 touchdown. Jacoby Brissett. Ooh, Jake. So I guess maybe they started Drake, and they were like, nah. I don't know, maybe he got injured. Is there news? Is there a news section? Recap? Is there a recap? What is this? With May out, soft Patriots come back. Yeah, so May was out. I don't know what happened to him. Let's have a quick read. Concussion. Alright, well that's cool to know. Hope he's going to be alright. Alright. 15 of 24. 132 yards for Jacoby Brissett. No passing touchdowns on the New England side. Breece Hall carrying it 16 times for 80 yards. No touchdown. Braylon Allen, though, carrying it 12 times for 32 yards and 1 touchdown. Probably getting the red zone carries. On the New England side, we've got Ramondre Stevenson, 20 carries, 48 yards. Very bad average. 2 touchdowns, though. Drake May, 3 carries into a concussion and a touchdown. Jacoby Brissett, 3 carries for 11 yards. And then Antonio Gibson with a horrible average right there. The longest of 2 yards. The longest of the 2 yards. On the receiving side, we have Garrett Wilson. He targets Garrett Wilson a fucking lot. Garrett Wilson, 5 receptions out of 8 targets, 113 yards, no touchdown. Devontae Adams, 4 receptions out of 6 targets, 54 yards, no touchdown. Tyler Conklin picking up one of the tuds, 3 catches for 42. Who caught the other one? Xavier Gibson, 1 yard, 1 catch, 1 touchdown. 1 target. Boys number 1. I don't know if Al Lazard was in the game or not, but it's odd to see him not catch a ball. Alright, we got Boutte. Got that Boutte. He only caught 50% of the balls for 46 yards. Hunter Henry catching 5 of the 6 targets for 45 yards. And then we just go down the list here. This guy caught everything. This guy caught nothing. Now let us have a look. Whoa. 2 fumbles, but they recovered both. 2 fumbles, but they recovered both. Yikes. Let's have a look at the kicking. Was there much kicking in this game? 50%, 100%, each team scoring 1. He missed an extra pat. Wow. Wow. I mean, like, wow. Yeah, these points left on the board means you lose the game. These guys did miss a kick, but still, could have won. Alright, team stats. Maybe this will start rocking and you guys can watch it after this fucking ad goes away. Alright, let's go. First downs, 22-19, and you lose the game. Yeah, here we go. We got some. You can check those out while we're rocking. Sweet. That looks like a Jacoby Brissett passing. No, I guess they're not calling that a touchdown. Look, I'm gonna go through the stats. Yeah, wow, that's a bit ridiculous. But rules is rules. All right. Passing first downs 12-7, rushing first downs. These guys dominated the ground a little bit. Third down efficiency 4 for 10, 7 15. That's really bad. Both of them under 50%. 4 downs from penalties on the Jets side. Nice. We have 57-63 total plays. 336 yards to the 247, 10 drives each. Better yards per play on the Jets side. More passing yards, obviously. But these guys, okay, didn't make it up on the ground, but they still made it. Larger pass plays down the line for the Jets. Much more explosive plays. These guys playing a little bit more safe, it looks like. Just playing the intermediate to the short game. And then with the rushing attempts, fairly even across the board. How's the split? Passing plays 28-28. Look at that. Balance 30-31. Balance. That's really good to see. And no fumbles lost, no interceptions thrown. Ball wasn't turned over. Ball was fumbled. Ball wasn't turned over. Fairly even play time as well. Very tight game. Don't know if this would have been a good game or a bad game to watch. If I go to the play-by-play, we'll see there should be a bunch of punts. 3 punt, 3 punt, 5 punt, 3 punt, 9 punt. 3 plays and a half. A 3 punt. Man, just this 3 and out, 4 and out. This is ridiculous. And then it picked up at the end. Yeah, this would have been a shit to watch. Kind of a shit. Alright, next game. So, the Browns. Absolutely upsetting all the bettors. A lot of people would have lost money on this one. In my picks, I did say that this could be a likely upset. I did also say that the Titans could upset, but oh shit. They didn't upset shit. They upset my bet. Alright, let's get to it. Cleveland just crushed. Just crushed. Lost the first half though. Only a couple of punts in, and then James just started fucking balling, I guess. Threw the ball 41 times. Jesus. Alright, so Lamar Jackson, 22 for 38, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 8 carries for 46 and no touchdowns. We got Jameis Winston over here trying to throw the ball 41 fucking times, connecting 27 times, 334 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. What a fucking guy. 2 carries, 2 yards. Poof. What a beast. What an absolute. This guy is an exciting guy. The team is probably very happy that they're playing with Jameis. Like, their level of play probably increased just because he was the starting quarterback and not Deshaun Watson. I'm sure he's been hyping up the team, being that voice, being that guy Deshaun Watson didn't have to be. And then guess what? They actually want to play for the dude. Funny that. All right, Derrick Henry, 11 carries, 73 yards, 1 touchdown, longest of 38. He did not. He fucked my bet up as well. All right, Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb over here with the 16 carries, 452 yards, lower average across the board, lower explosive play. Donta Foreman grabbing the ball 5 times for 26 yards. And then we go down here. Zay Flowers, 115 yards, 7 receptions from 12 targets, no touchdown. Isaiah Likely also contributing in a big way, catching all of the balls thrown to him, 47 yards. Then we got Nelson Aguilar grabbing a touchdown. We got Mark Andrews as well, grabbing a touchdown. 5-4-5 on Mark Andrews. Dude is a boss. Then we have, Justice Hill showing up, grabbing a ball. Then we got on the receiving side for Cleveland, Cedric Tillman, 7 receptions from 9 targets, 99 yards, and 2 touchdowns. What a game. Elijah Moore had 12 targets. I mean, Jameis threw the ball 41 times. We're going to see a lot of targets over here. 85 yards off 8 catches. Then we got Jerry Jeudy, 79 yards. Dude, he's spreading the ball around. He's spreading that ball about. Not as much as Lamar, but David Njoku, 5 catches off 7 and the 1 touchdown, 61 yards. And then we got a couple of dudes here just playing up to the level. Let's go. 1 fumble, 1 loss. That's going to happen. That's Jameis Winston football. Dude's an animal. Dude can actually see now. See this? 0 interceptions. I don't know if this is like his first game since the eye surgery, but man, he can fucking see what's happening now. That is insane. Kicking, let's see how it went. Justin Tucker has not been good this season. Whoa. And then Dustin Hopkins, 3 for 3, 100%, grabbing 11 points for the boys. For the dogs. Let's go to the team stats over here. So we got 22 and 22 first downs, 16, 14. Even rush downs. These guys picked up a couple from penalties. Third down efficiency, yikes. That is terrible. That is 20% flat out. This is at least 50-something%, but oof, that's bad. And they gave the ball away. Twice. That could be a 30. Who knows? Justin Tucker missing. It's probably 27. The total plays, fairly even. Total yards, again, fairly even. Only like a 14-yard difference. 11 total drives, not surprised. Even yards per play, 321 passing yards. More explosive plays, it looks like. 26 yards lost in sackage from Lamar Jackson. 13 lost off the 2. That's 7 across. That's like almost 7 each sack, and just a touch more on here. Rush attempts, fairly even rush attempts. Not a balanced, I can tell you that. How balanced were they with the passing? I don't need to scroll up to see that. Passing attempts, passing. 38. Yeah, not even, but, you know, this team's going to have to throw it. When you do have Derrick Henry, you can probably run it more. Red zone attempts, 3 out of 4. Let's go. Let's go, Ravens. Red zone attempts, 0 out of 2. Okay, that's interesting. So that means that all of these 3 passing touchdowns were from outside of the red zone. That's pretty sweet. Big touchdown passes. 74 yards of penalties, yet you still win the game and you lose the turnover battle. You do have the more time with the ball, but this team is just like stoked to be playing with Winston. Let's hope they go on a run. Baltimore Ravens going to 5-3. Cleveland Browns picking up their 2nd win of the season and their first at home. Next game, we got the Eagles versus the Cincinnati Bengals. I did pick the Bengals here. I just didn't know what to think of the Eagles, but it looks like they have their shit sorted out. Let's see how the game went. Cincinnati winning the first half, and then it becoming tied at the half, and then from then on, it looks like Philly just fucking dominated the game. So let's have a look here. 16 for 20, very efficient. 236 yards and a touchdown. That's really good. Great passer rating to reflect that. Joe Burrow, though, 26 for 37, 234 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. 0 sacks on this side. Joe Burrow getting sacked for 12 yards. That's a big sack. Okay, pause. Then we got Saquon Barkley at 22 carries, 108 yards, and no touchdowns. Jalen Hurts carrying it 10 times, 37 yards, and picking up 3 of his own touchdowns. Let's go. This man had 4 tutties, essentially. Kenneth Gainwell, 5 yards, 19. 5 carries, 19 yards. Chase Brown, only 32 yards off 12 carries. He did get a touchdown, longest of 5. Yikes. Yeah, these guys just stopped the rush. Look at that. Look at that difference. Look at that goddamn difference. These guys dominated the yardage, and this played a huge part of it. On the receiving, oh, look at these small amount of targets as well. Devonta Smith catching 6 of the 7 balls, 85 yards, and the touchdown. AJ Brown catching 5 of his 6, 84 yards. This guy caught 3 for 3 for 58. Saquon Barkley caught 1 himself. Really good, really good. Oh, basically no drops there. That's awesome. Mike Gesicki, 7 receiving catches. That doesn't make sense. 7 catches off the 8 targets, 73 receiving yards. Jamar Chase grabbing a touchdown. You know he always will. 9 receptions from 11 targets. Volume guy, 54 yards though. This guy only caught 1 catch out of the 3 targets, but it was a big 41-yard gainer. And then we got a couple of other people. No. Can't remember his name now. It's really cool dude. Second receiver for the Bengals. Shit. The name eludes me. T. Higgins. Guess he was out. We probably saw that the other day. Anyway, on the kicking side, kick returns, 59 yards, big longie there, 37, 41, 42 total kick return yards. No punt returns. Guess they were touchbacks. Evan McPherson, 1 for 2. Only picking up 5 points. Could have been 8. 3 for 3 over here for Jake Elliott. 4 for 4 on the extra points, picking up a whole 13 points. Let's go to the team stats over here. Let's check this out real quick. So, first downs, sheesh, dominated. Passing downs, 15 passing first downs. The rushing first downs, bam to bam. This is this Bengals team. But this is also that Eagles defense. 1 first down from penalty, just to punch the wound. 6 of 11, third down efficiency, 10 for 13, very efficient on third down. They did give the ball away once though. 1 for 1, so these guys went for it once and they converted. Total plays, fairly even, if that's interesting, with this first downage here. So these guys would have been more efficient on their yards per play, and they were. Total drives, 8-9, 397 yards to the 280. And that does reflect in the score as well. Passing yardage is fairly even across the board. Jalen Hurts only needed to throw it 20 times though. 37 passes for Joe Burrow, and you can see from the scoreline that they were like trailing a lot of the game, so they kind of had to pass the ball, and they also could not run the shit, basically. 58 yards off 20 total attempts. 1 interception thrown, Joe Burrow. Yards per pass, 11.8. That's really good. 39 rushing attempts for the Eagles, 20 for the Bengals. Bigger right yards per rush. Red zone attempts, how'd we go? 3 for 5 and 2 for 3. Alright, it's alright. It's fairly similar percentage. 40 penalty yards they lost. They only lost 3 yards to penalties. Okay, interesting. Again, PI is not counted in this. They don't count PI penalties within this. And also within total yards, they also don't put special team yards in. Just so you know. 2 turnovers total, 1 fumble lost and 1 interception thrown. You know, that's they did have more possession time, but it's still fairly even there. Eagles moving up to 5-2. Bengals 0-4 at home. Wow. Okay, Texans Colts 20-23. That means that the Colts covered. Let's go. All right, so Indianapolis was in the lead at the first quarter, and then they dropped the ball in the second, and then it got a bit close, but not close enough. Okay, Anthony Richardson, 10 for 32. Sheesh, terrible quarterback rating. He did have some really big passing chunk plays. I guess that's just Anthony Richardson football, right? 175 yards from the 10 passes. That's crazy. 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He had 6 carries, 445 yards. CJ Stroud, 25 for 37, 285 yards, 1 touchdown. He had, whoa, protect your man. 5 sacks? Jesus. It's just slightly sub 100 quarterback rating. Let's get to the Indianapolis rushing side of the ball. Jonathan Taylor, 20 carries, 105 yards, 1 touchdown. Dude's menace. This guy had 0 carries for 13 yards. How the fuck does that happen? How the fuck does this happen? Is this guy magic? Nah. I'm definitely seeing shit. Is this guy Josh Downs? Is this guy a magician? How does he get 37 yards off 0 carries, but gets counted as rushes? And this is weird. That's weird. Okay, moving on. Joe Mixon at 25 carries, 102 yards, 1 touchdown, average of 4.1, longest of 21. And nobody else really contributed to the rushing in a big way. So let's move on. Josh Downs, the Magic Man. He also got 109 yards off 4 catches, 9 targets though. He did grab a touchdown. 69 was the big play. I think that was probably a touchdown as well. I mean, he only connected 10 times, so he threw the ball a lot. This is probably not even worth going over. Stephon Diggs, 9 targets, 5 receptions, 81 yards. He hasn't been catching many touchdowns this season. Dalton Schultz had 6 targets, caught 4 balls, 51 yards. Tank Dell, 4 for 4, 35 yards, and 1 touchdown. Wow, longest of 49. Should have seen that. All right. And then we got Mitchie the third, getting 3 for 4 and 29 yards. All right. He got 1 yard off 2 catches. Guess they went nowhere. All right. And then that's basically the rest of that. Let's have a look. Fumbles. 1 interception here. They lost 1 of the fumbles that they dropped, so that's 2. And these guys fumbled 1, lost 1, and recovered 1. He recovered 1 of theirs. Makes sense. So these guys won the turnover battle. They won the game. We'll see the yardage in a little bit. Seemed somewhat even, except for the passing yards. Yeah, dominated in the air. Fairly even rushing yards. But this negates this just kills my point a little bit. It kills my point a little bit. Anyway, let's go to the kick returns. A 55 kick return and then a 36 kick return. a 45 kick return, and then probably like a 33 kick return. Wow. Damian Pierce going off. Did he have any carries up here? Yeah, 1 for 4. That's weird. Punt returns, Joshua Downs didn't really get any yardage off the punts. 13, not much yardage off the punt. Matt Gay, 2 for 2, 2 for 2, 8 points. And then we got Kaimi Fairbairn. I didn't know it was Kaimi. I knew it was Fairbairn though. 3 for 3, 2 for 2, 11 points. And then let's go over to the team stats. Better first downs here. They did get more yardage through the air, so you'd imagine they'd have more passing first downs, which they did. These guys dominated the ground, so they got more rushing first downs. Third down, 1 down from a penalty. Third down efficiency, 2 for 13, 4 for 13. That's really bad. That's not good. These guys converted twice. These guys did not dare. Total plays, kind of even. This is not bad. 60 yards difference is pretty good, especially in a game that's gone by this. These guys getting 1 more drive though, and coming up short. All right, passing yards. Houston dominated 37 passes though. That's throwing the ball a lot. 25 yards, and that's gonna happen when you have an average rush attempts of 3 for 3. That is not going to get you a first down. That is going to get you 0.1 shy of a first down if every rush is like that. Not every rush is like that. Just saying. Yards per pass, 6.8. No interceptions thrown. 35 yards lost to sacks. We did see that. Okay, so these guys had much less carries, but they crushed it. 6.3 yards per rush. Probably doesn't properly reflect that, but averages are averages. 1 for 2 in the red zone, 2 for 6 in the red zone. Lots of points being left on the board. 57 penalty yards to the 30. This is good. This is not good. Houston winning the turnover battle by 1 and crushing the game time. They dominated the play time. Just a lot of wasted fucking yardage over here. Just a lot of wasted yardage. Alright, well, that was that game. Alright, Lions, Titans. Titans shit on my bet. They shit on my dreams. I had them at plus 12.5 to cover, and they couldn't do that. They just scored over 12.5. Anyway, let's see how this game went. Dominated. Garbage time. Okay. Alright, Mason Rudolph coming in and actually doing something positive for the team. 22 for 38, 266 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions thrown. 8 yards lost in sackage. Did he rush the ball? He did 4 times for 29 yards and a touchdown. Jared Goff, 12 for 15. 85 yards. This is a great passing defense, but I do believe a lot of this game was just like great field position. Honestly, if you go and watch the highlights of this, just the returns that Detroit was doing, we'll see further down the stat line, the returns they were making, Jesus Christ, just cutting them up. Just cutting them up. Jared Goff, 85 yards, 3 touchdowns off the 85 yards. This will be fun. This is a funny one when you look at the total. When you look at the total yardage and then you look at the score, you're just like, what the fuck happened? But anyway, 3 touchdowns. David Montgomery going 1 for 1, 3 yards and a touchdown. Jared Goff running it once. Did he catch the ball? Nah, they didn't throw it to him. Let's go to the running side. Tony Pollard picking up 94 yards off 20 carries. Who got the touchdown here? It was Mason Rudolph. We already saw that. Julius Chestnut. That's a pretty sick name. 32 yards off 7 carries. Then we have Jahmyr Gibbs picking up 127 yards and a touchdown from 11 carries. 70 yards was the longest. Huge plays. Huge players. David Montgomery carrying it 9 times for 33 yards and picking up a touchdown. Let's go over to the receiving side of the ball. We've got Calvin Ridley picking up 10 receptions from 51 targets, 143 yards, but no touchdown. That's a huge gain. Longest of 47 yards. Nick Westbrook-Erkine catching the ball twice from 4 targets for a 34, and I believe that one was possibly the touchdown. 39 yards total. Any other touchdowns? There's no touchdowns. Some commendable efforts though. Josh Weil picking up 33 yards from the 2 targets that were thrown to him. So I guess he got a 0 on one of them because he had 33 total. Tolly Pollard also showing up in the passing game, getting 3 catches for 23 yards. Next up, on the Detroit side, we've got Sam Laporta leading the way, only 48 yards and 1 touchdown from the 6 of 6, longest of 24. Then we have Khalif Raymond, 2 catches from 2 targets, 14 yards, 1 touchdown. Brock White, 1 target, 1 catch, 8 yards, 1 touchdown. Armand St. Ra, 2 targets, 2 catches, 7 yards, 1 touchdown. Another 100%. This is 100% catching, 100% catching, 100% catching, 100% catching, 100% catching, 100% catching. That's crazy. Alright, fumbles. These guys lost 2 fumbles. These guys lost 0 fumbles and recovered 4. That's insane. Jared Goff fumbled it twice, recovered it once. Now let's go down to the kick returns. 29 yards off 1 return. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that NO means. Not even going to try to figure it out. 21 yards. Then we've got 24 yards in punt returns on the kicking side. No field goals attempted. 2 for 2 on the extra points. Then we have 72 yards here. Then we have 190 fucking return yards and 1 touchdown. That's fucking crazy. 1-for-1 field goal on Jake Bates, and he nails every one of the 7 extra points. Let's go team stats. Oh, so this is where things start to look really funny if you don't look at those return yards, because none of this depicts anything return wise except for this, and it's not normally there. So yeah, 14 points to 52. They had more first downs. They had more passing first downs. They had more rushing first downs. Third down efficiency was not as good. They gave the ball away once. They had 71 total plays to the 47. They had 416 total offensive yards to the 25. Yet they scored 14 points to the 52. You've basically driven down the field over 4 times and put it in twice and not kick the fucking ball in at all. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. This is more crazy to me. But with that 190 yards of return yardage, like, it basically just ticks it right over the same. So probably similar yardage in the game based off the punt and kick returns. But Jesus Christ. 14 to 13 total drives. This didn't reflect in what I kind of mentioned earlier, but it doesn't matter. These guys had more yards per play. Crushed the passing. Crushed the passing yards. Look at that. Didn't lose as many sack yards as well. Had just as much rushing yards. More rushing attempts. Like, all of these stats would tell you that they won the game. Except for this and this. But everything, and oh my god. And they dominated the time of possession. That would be so painful to fucking watch. Of course they dominated the time of possession. If these guys were just getting 74-yard, look at this touchdown. Boom. Boom. And then guess what? You're starting another fucking drive because they just kicked it to you and you've got the ball for longer. This is one of those funny ones. That's why I love watching these, looking at these stats. All right, let's keep going. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fucking games. I'm probably not going to go over this Raiders and Vegas. I'm just going to look at their touchdowns. Let's just look at touchdowns and stuff from now on because I want to get off because I got to go to work tomorrow. It's too many games. All right, Kirk Cousins, 276 yards, 4 touchdowns. The week I don't put him on for 3 touchdowns, he throws 4. Doesn't matter. Baker Mayfield throwing 3. Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bucks going 1-4 in the creamsicle uniforms. Let's just say that. Next time they walk creamsicle, please bet against them. Alright, so we've got Kirk Cousins, 23 for 29. Pretty efficient. Really good passer rating. 4 touchdowns, 276 yards. Baker Mayfield throwing the ball 50 fucking times. Holy shit. 333 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Bijan Robinson, 63 yards of carries. Kirk Cousins running the ball 3 times. Let's go, Kirk. We got Bucky Irving over here carrying the ball. Not really great individual performance, but it was a good spread, which evened it up on the yardage. No rushing touchdowns in this whole game. Then we've got Darnell Mooney catching 5 of 7 targets for 1 touchdown and 92 yards. Kyle Pitts getting 2 touchdowns for 91 yards. I think this might be the second game that he's got 2 touchdowns in. Bijan Robinson catching everything thrown his way for 37 yards and 1 touchdown. Drake London also catching quite a bit of ball, 34 yards. Next on the Tampa side, we've got Cade. We didn't have in this game, we didn't have Mike Evans, and we also didn't have Godwin. Godwin wasn't in this game as well. So I essentially picked Atlanta Falcons to win this game based off that and the creamsicle. So guess what happened? Falcons won. K. Dotton, 9 receptions from 10 targets while catching the ball. 2 touchdowns, 81 yards. They know who to go to now. Bucky Irving catching 7 of 7, 3 of 3. This top end is just hands, man. 5 of 6 on Rashad White for a touchdown and 38 yards. Pretty good. Let's look at the box score. Even. Atlanta came out on top. And then Tampa tried to chase late in the game. Alright. Chargers Saints. How'd this game go? Saints 8 points. At one point they were on 2 points. So this could be a 0 offensive touchdown game. And it is. It was a safety and 2 field goals. Los Angeles Chargers coming away with 26. They finally get a win. I didn't realize they were 4-3. Wow, I thought they were doing much worse. 2-1 at home, nice to see. Saints moving down to 2-6, losing another game. It looks like they won the first quarter with that safety, and then they just lost the game. Let's have a look here. So Spencer Rattler, I guess they started Rattler. He went for 156 yards, no touchdowns, and then they went over to Jake Hayner, I believe. It looks like they moved that way. 17 passes, 9 for 17, 122 yards, slightly better passer rating. And then we got Taysom Hill over here throwing the ball up for 3 yards. Justin Herbert, 20 for 32, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Pretty good passer rating. On the rushing side, Alvin Kamara only picking up 67 yards from the 10 carries. Taysom Hill carrying it 4 times, 420 yards. Nothing else too notable except for a long 10-yard rush by Kendre Miller. Jake Hayner also running the ball. I don't see any Rattler carries over here. Okay, so Jake Dobbins, 17. What's this? This is fairly even again. So we've got J.K. Dobbins, 17 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. I watched this channel last night. This guy was doing his bets, and he's just like, J.K. Dobbins. You gotta trust in the J.K. Dobbins to pick up a touchdown. I was like, fuck. Oh, what an accent. Justin Herbert carrying the ball 4 times for 49 yards. We picked up a 38-yard big chunk play, but it was no J.K. Dobbins ever. None of this J.K. Dobbins. You got J.K. Scott. It's no Dobbins though. All right, and then on the receiving side, Bub Means. You got to throw the ball to Bub Means more. This guy caught the only thing thrown to him, and he caught it for 36 fucking yards. Give this man the ball more. Chris Olave coming back. 8 receptions from the 14 targets. I mean, if you threw even just 4 of these at Bub Means, like, who knows, you might win the game. Alvin Kamara, so he had 107 yards anyway. No touchdowns on this fucking team this week. Alvin Kamara also playing a big part. 11 targets. Just throw to Bub Means more. Just stop trying to force this. Stop trying to force it. Get some rapport with the bub. Get the fuck up, bub. Alright, and then on this side we've got Lad McConkey. Lad. Dude's name's Lad. Check out that lad. 6 receptions, 6 targets, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. 100% man. Fucking lovely stat line. Longest of 60 as well. Okay, so we got Joshua Palmer. That's a white receiver. I just realized. Dude is white. Joshua Palmer. 2 receptions off 4 targets, 72 yards, longest of 45. These are some big ass passes that happened in this game. How many total yards of offense did these guys have? 249, 360, 370 yards. These guys had 370 yards of total offense, and they fucking got 2 field goals. Again, that's like driving down the field 4 times and putting in 2 field goals. Anyway, let's go and have a look at, there was any returns? Any returns? Kick returns, a 41 and a 22, a 35 and a 22. Not much there, and not much there. Kicking, 67% from Blake Group. No extra points to be had. This guy even missed an extra point. Dicker. Alright, moving on. Saints. I bet they can't wait for Derek Carr to come back. Okay, we got Bills. Whatever happened to Michael Thomas? Did he retire? Is he still on their roster? What the hell? Alright, Buffalo Bills versus the Seahawks. This is the other one that killed my parlay. Seahawks couldn't cover 3.5 dogs. Alright, so Josh Allen, 283 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, average passer rating. This is average, sorry. This is good. And it's funny that because he didn't score a touchdown and he had an interception. So this QBR, if this was the other way around, this would be a lot higher than this. Okay, so we've got James Cook, 17 carries, 11 yards, 2 tutties. Josh Allen picking up 25 of his own, and Ray Davis getting 19 off 6 carries. Then we got Geno Smith leading the rushes. 32 total rush yards? What is this box score? Well, yeah, they weren't. What? These guys got slapped. They got absolutely slapped. Look at this yard difference. On the receiving side, we've got 9 out of 10 targets. Khalil Shakir, 107 yards. Keon Coleman, 5 for 7, getting 70 yards and a touchdown. Dalton Kincaid grabbing the touchdown this week. Dawson Knox also grabbing 100% of the catches. 50 yards. Amari Cooper, 1 yard for 3. 1 catch for 3 yards. Only targeted twice. Okay, Jackson Smith and Jigba getting 69 yards. I guess DK didn't play. We knew DK wasn't playing. What am I talking about? There was no passing touchdowns. Tyler Lockett only getting 3 targets is kind of sad to see. Fumbles. 0 fumbles lost. 1 fumble lost. And then we go over to interceptions. 1 interception each. Kick returns. We got a 26er. A 26 and a 15. And then we got a 25 over here. We got a 12. So not amazing kick returning. Kicking, Tyler Bass 1 for 1 and 4 for 4. Reflects in the scores there. And Jason Myers got a field goal and converted their 1 touchdown into an extra point. Buffalo Bills move up to 6-2. Seattle Seahawks are 4 and 4. All right, Washington Commanders versus the Bears. This was an amazing end of the game. If you haven't seen the highlight, go and check that out. I believe one of the what was this guy's name? 29. I think it was this Tyreek Stevenson fellow. I think he was talking shit to the Washington crowd on that final play, and then he actually tipped the ball to the Washington Commanders receiver who grabbed that touchdown, which was Noah Brown. All right, so we've got Caleb Williams. Not great efficiency there. 131 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 59 passer rating. Then we've got Jaden Daniels, 21 for 38, 326 yards, 1 touchdown. Lost 13 yards to sacks, but Caleb Williams lost 20. This was the number one pick versus the number 2 pick game. But it's not quarterback versus quarterback. It's quarterback versus defense. And on the rushing side, we've got DeAndre Swift kicking up 129 yards from 18 carries and a touchdown. 56 was the longest carry. That's a huge play. 10 carries on Caleb Williams' side, 441 yards. Trying to carry the team a bit. Brian Robinson over here, 16 carries, 65 yards. Austin Eckler, they're giving him the ball to carry. Is he in the passing game? He had 3 targets. It's not a huge game for Eckler. Jaden Daniels, 8 carries for 52 yards. No touchdowns on this side. On the receiving side, we've got Roma Dunze. Only caught 3 of the 6 targets for 41 yards. Keenan Allen only catching 2 of the 7 targets for 39. DJ Moore also not catching much ball, 27 yards. Cole Kmet, 1 for 1. Sheesh, that's bad effort. Wonder what that was about. Could be a multitude of things. All right, Terry McLaurin leading the way, 8 targets, but he caught 5 of them. 125 yards, no touchdowns. Zach Ertz catching 7 balls for 77. Look at this volume in these top 3. Noah Brown catching 3 of the 6, 73 yards and 1 tutty. And then as we go down here, Luke McCaffrey, that's Christian's brother, I do believe. All right, pretty cool. Austin Eckler catching 2 balls. Fumbles, 1 lost fumble over here. Kick returns, a long of 31, 24, 23, 21. Shitty punt return over there. Really bad on just not giving Cairo Santos a chance to kick the ball. 1 extra point. 4 of 5 on Austin Seibert's side. Having to do a hefty load of the work there, picking up 12 of the 18 points. Washington Commanders sitting pretty, going to 6-2. Chicago Bears 0-3 on the road. Yikes. They are 4-3 at the moment. I do actually, at the end of this, want to go and look at the standings. So let me just get that up real quick. Close that. All right, so we got Broncos and Panthers. Broncos covered my bet. Bryce Young throwing 2 interceptions and 2 touchdowns. I had him to throw 0 touchdowns. He threw 1 in the first fucking quarter. Bo Nix going 284 yards. They made him throw it 37. They made him throw it 37 times as well. Cortland Sutton throwing the ball once as well, 28 yards. Now we've got Chuba Hubbard only picking up 56 yards from the 15 carries. Bryce Young also carried it 3 times. He got 6 total yards. On the Broncos side of the ball, 47 yards and 44 yards from their running backs. Bo Nix picking up a rushing touchdown. You know they love to give him that rushing touchdown. He's elusive, man. He is he can do his rush thing, and fucking the coach is not scared to use him in that way. Sean Payton. All right, on the receiving side of the ball, we've got Jalen Cocker, 4 receptions, 78 yards, and 1 touchdown. Then we've got Xavier Legette, 4 receptions from the 7 targets and 1 touchdown for 34 yards. Denver Broncos, we've got Cortland Sutton, 8 receptions from the 11 targets, 100 flat yards. Adam Troutman, 4 receptions, 85 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 for 4. Let's go. Ding, 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 ding. Next up, what do we have? We've got Jaleel McLaughlin grabbing the other touchdown for 9 yards. It was his only target. Oh, wait. There was a 3rd touchdown. What am I fucking smoking? Alright, we got Nate Adkins, 1 yard, one catch, 3 yards, 1 touchdown. Beautiful. Fumbles, recovered 2, lost 2. Yikes. This guy recovered 2 by himself. Shy Tuttle. These names are getting crazy. Alright, no kick and punt returns for Carolina. There was only... yeah, nothing. Probably touchbacks. 0 chance to get a field goal. But he converted both of his kicks. Same over here. They're not giving him lots of chance to kick the ball, but he converted 4-4-4. Let's go. Alright. Chiefs, Raiders. Don't give a shit about this. Thought this could be an upsetty, but then also kind of was like, how can they win? How can Vegas win? Anyway, Patrick Mahomes, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Kareem Hunt running it in for 1. And 2 touchdowns. What happened to DeAndre? They only threw the ball 3 times and they did not get him a touchdown. Travis Kelce actually got a fucking tutty this game. Sheesh. Week 8 and we see his first touchdown. Chiefs going 7-0. Raiders, how'd they go? Brock Bowers only picking up 58 yards. Jacoby Myers grabbing a touchdown. DJ Turner grabbing a touchdown. Gardner Minshew. How'd we go? That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. Nice and efficient. No rushing touchdowns though. Raiders a promising 2-6. Chiefs 7-0. Alright. Cowboys got slapped by the San Francisco 49ers. Dak Prescott threw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Brock Purdy did not throw an interception. Ezekiel Elliott got a touchdown with a terrible rushing average. Dalvin Cook also with a terrible rushing average. Who the fuck is this? He got a touchdown and 85 yards. Brock Purdy got a touchdown and 56 yards. Yo, let's go, Brock. Yeah, CeeDee Lamb picking up 146 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's an animal. 17 targets. Shit. Holy shit. What were they doing? This guy caught the ball 6 times. And half of his yardage came from 1 catch. George Kittle getting a touchdown. I think it was National Tight Ends Day, so you know he had to get one. 1 touchdown, 128 yards, 6 receptions from 7 targets. They were trying to feed him that touchdown. Deebo Samuel picking up 71 yards himself. Juszczyk picked up the ball once. Chris Conley missed the ball. Alright. Anything good? No fumbles lost. No fumbles lost. That's alright. That's alright. Kick returns. Well, there's a lot of actual returns. Kind of an average of 26-ish around. Yeah, about an average of like 21. Let's say that. Nah, that's less. Look, it doesn't matter. My maths isn't great. It's an average of 23. Then we got a 13-yard return, 16. These guys returned it quite a bit. And kicking 1 for 1 on Brendan Aubrey. Converted all 3. 3 for 3 on Anders Carlson. Anders Carlson? This guy was like... Anders Carlson. I feel like... was he the guy that was on the Packers? Yeah, he was. Yeah, well, he's kind of showing up. All right. Interesting. Well, that is that. Those are the games for the week. Let's have a look at the standings as they currently are. Let's just go to the conference. In the conference, we've got KC at 7-0. Then we have the Houston Texans, the Buffalo Bills, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Denver Broncos, the Ravens, and the Chargers. Those are the top 7. Then we have on the National Football Conference, we've got the Detroit Lions, the Washington Commanders, and the Green Bay Packers all at 6. And then we have Minnesota Vikings, we have Philadelphia Eagles, we've got Atlanta all at 5. That is... Oh, these are the seeds. It says the seeds. So these seeds are set. That's how they would be if the season ended today. If the season ended today, 1, 2, yeah. The Bears miss out and the Cardinals get through. Crazy. So, yeah. Yeah. Let's say the Philadelphia Eagles aren't in here. Again, NFC North is just fucking crushing it right now. Now if we go to the divisions, here we go. Buffalo Bills. Oh shit. Buffalo Bills just absolutely slapping the shit out of everybody in there. Don't know what's going on with these guys. Pittsburgh Steelers holding on, battling out with the Ravens. Cincinnati Bengals letting the division down. Houston Texans riding high. Colts should be on the way up now since Anthony Richardson is back. You've got the 7-0 Kansas City Chiefs, trailed by the Denver Broncos at a nice tidy 5 with Bo Nix. And then you've got a real sneaky 4-win Chargers right there. This could skyrocket by the end of the season. Then we got the Washington Commanders in the lead of this division, with the Philadelphia Eagles right behind them, and then the shit show trailing in the end. This division is hot. Fuck the Bears, though. And then we've got Atlanta Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It's probably just going to be between these two. I don't know when Derek Carr's going to get back. They really need him back. This team is going to have the first pick in the draft. Full stop. Unless the Giants can do something about that. Then we have just... This division is just kind of struggling, I guess, because it's fairly competitive between them. But yeah, that's that shit. Let us whack this up and let's quickly go over our bet results. Bling, bet results. So in our parlay we did fairly well, but one loss, so we don't get shit. Right, so Arizona versus Miami, we got the over of 46.5. Tennessee versus Detroit, Tennessee got absolutely fucking slapped. So they could not cover that 12.5 points. Jacksonville versus Green Bay winning money line. Indianapolis covering the 5.5 that we put on them. Atlanta straight up beating Tampa Bay. Seahawks couldn't cover the 3.5 as dogs. Carolina got slapped. Denver covered the 10.5 favorites. KC beat Las Vegas, and San Francisco beat Dallas. That's really unfortunate. I really did not think, like, if you look at the stats, if the special teams on Tennessee was fucking good, then yeah, maybe we would have covered that 12.5. But they got absolutely beat down in the special teams. Next, our $1 million bet was fucking horrible. This one was actually like a $200,000 odd bet when I put it on the next day, because I think Tyreek's yardage skyrocketed or something. Anyway, he did not hit 150 yards. Breece Hall did not hit 90 rushing yards. Derrick Henry did not hit 125 rushing yards. Lamar Jackson did pass for 2 touchdowns. Jordan Love did not pass for 3. Joe Mixon did not run for 110 yards. I'm not even going to go over the rest. Anyway, let's get rid of that. And then let's round up the show with the final, with the agenda. Look, we're going to pick Giants Steelers. Look, I'm not going to fuck around. I'm going Steelers. And that was the Sean Show. Have a good one. We'll catch you tomorrow. Peace out.